So CEO of Spotify, Daniel Ek, says that annual revenue of Spotify will top $100 billion in 10 years. I don't see this happening. I'll tell you the truth. So reading from what I've read of what he said, I have a reason for this not happening. Spotify's revenue was about $11.4 billion in 2021. They need to 10x within the next 10 years to reach that revenue. Right now, their trajectory is not that strong. Unless, if you're accounting for inflation, the inflation just can't go up that much. You can't be charging people that much for the streaming service. I don't see it happening unless they get this in their head that they need to pivot into Web3 technology. So the prediction that he gave came at the end of a investor day talk, which they were trying to, I guess he's saying this to try and, get people excited, get investors excited. Obviously, they see it's just gone down 34% all time since launching. And it's not a great sign. Even in a dip, they launched in 2018. That was enough time before COVID and all the craziness, the money printing to not be down all the time right now. So they've dipped, I think it's 50%, even though the overall market, some sectors of the market have definitely dipped more than 50% too. But generally speaking, the market would be down about 25%. If you're looking at it overall, at least with the S&P. So at the time of this recording, Spotify did more than that. And it's not just because of inflation and economy and all the stuff that's going on in war. This is partly due to their focus not being future thinking. So some companies who do have future thinking have got hit as well. But long term for them, this model is not going to be the pervasive model in 10 years. People are going to want, especially artists. The artists are really the ones who give them all their supply. If you can't find the new music on Spotify, you're going to start to go somewhere else. So once the artists get it in their head that they don't have to go on Spotify, and there's a better technology out there, which there will be in the future, then Spotify is going to have a tough time, especially if you have not been working on the technology. Spotify was able to overtake a lot of the market share because they were early enough in the streaming technology that most people just signed up with them. Same thing's going to happen. So Netflix was early enough in the movie streaming that they took a lot of the market share. But whenever you start to flip the model where artists can say how much they want to get paid per song, just like so it'll be a hybrid model of what it used to be. So you used to have to rent every movie that you wanted to watch. People aren't going to go for that, but you will pay it if it's a little bit to just say how much you want to stream. People are going to start to look at their bill and say, "Oh, that makes a lot more sense." Because me personally, if we've paid annual subscriptions to some place to save money, and then and you want to cancel, but you're locked into it for like 8 months from the time you're going to cancel, you're like, well, I could have saved a bunch of money on this one. Or even if it's like you want to directly support the people or independent films more so than some of the bigger budget films, you can allocate more of your monthly budget, like that monthly fee you pay, to the people you want it to go to. Here's a new idea that just popped in my head. Let's say you pay $15 a month for your music streaming, and there'll be tiers of different songs. Like it might be songs that cost 1 cent per stream, songs that cost 2 cents per stream, like if it's a bigger artist, or maybe like 5 cents per stream if it's a new release and it's a bigger artist. Obviously, people would be willing to pay that if it's like their favorite artist for the song. Or maybe if it's like some lo-fi songs or ambient songs that you just want to play in the background, maybe they charge lower than that. But even if you charge like, what is it, a quarter of a cent, it's still more than Spotify is paying you right now. So you can price them lower and people would still pay it. And then you can have an option at the end of the month. Here's the idea that just popped in my head. You can have an option at the end of the month to give whatever monthly budget you have left over, give it to your favorite artist, or even set it to be like favorite 5 artists that you want to give it to. You can split that amongst them so you're more directly supporting them versus just supporting Spotify. This can all be done through a decentralized method where the people aren't so much in, like, the organization isn't so much in control. Like right now, Spotify is definitely in control of how much people get paid per stream. If it's decentralized, usually decentralized starts from the impetus of the company. So they're already cool with not getting as big a payday. But obviously they're still going to be paid a lot if you create this technology. But you're cool with it being like, look, I don't need $1 billion a year or whatever. I'm just cool with some millions. That's kind of the attitude of Web3 and the people in it. It's more along the lines of sharing the capital with the people who want to get in early. Obviously, if you get in later, you just don't get as big a share. But it's more in tune with that. So it's kind of a capitalism plus a generosity aspect of it. Like everybody's obviously not sharing the same amount because that's just not how anything works. But you do have a method where you have more control of where the capital is going to go. And these days you do have control. Like you don't have to sign up for Spotify, but it would be nice if when you do sign up for Spotify, you have more control over where that money's going. Like obviously Spotify needs to be paid for creating the technology. But I don't see that 10x happening without some of the more innovative improvements I've just said. Daniel Ek was just talking about podcasts and audiobooks, and thinking that and just the natural growth of streaming is going to be enough to sustain them. I didn't see anything in the articles that indicates that he was thinking along the lines of being innovative. Podcasts yes, they're going to have growth. I don't see it being enough to 10x. Spotify podcasting business had a negative gross margin of 57%. They paid out a lot for exclusive content. I think the exclusive content is a good idea overall, but it'd be a tough sell. You have to get a lot of exclusive content in order to get any sizable bump toward your bottom line to reach the 10x goal. So overall, look, I'm disagreeing. We'll see what happens in 10 years. We'll see how fast people move with this other technology, but I'm not seeing that 10x from Spotify unless they can change some things. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think Spotify is going to 10x or you don't think Spotify is going to 10x and why. So if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Wherever you are, leave us a comment on this video, and we want to hear what you guys think. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.